Okay. So everyone is okay now. Can we start? Everyone, I feel like everyone should be okay, right? Okay. So today's topic, we will be talking about today's topic is more on initiation of trades and the liquidation of trades, right? So you guys know exactly what initiation is and what liquidation is, right? Initiation basically states, or it can be referred to as opening a trade, and then liquidation, it can be referred to as closing a trade, right? So the most important thing when it comes to trading is that you have to firstly understand the psychological nature of participants, right? So basically what you can say is that like successful trading, it's mostly psychological in nature, right? So how participants choose to behave in a market, or how they choose to initiate or liquidate trades within the market, that's what creates results. And then that's what results in increase or decrease in their equity, right? So our net results when it comes to trading, it can be, it boils down to two things, right? Our net results when it comes to trading, it boils down to two things, right? Are we okay? So net results when it comes to trading boils down to two things. Liquidation, let's start with initiation, and then liquidation, right? So it boils down to these two things, initiation and liquidation of trades. Are we okay on that? Because first of all, before we can get results, remember that if you initiate a trade, right? Are we okay? So if you initiate a trade, the minute you initiate your trade, nothing has actually happened until you do what? You liquidate your trade, right? So if you take a long position or a short position, your equity will remain the same. Like let's say your account balance will remain the same. The only thing that will be affected, it will be your equity. It will be show an increase or a decrease. But before you liquidate that trade, therefore your balance still remains the same, unless if you were forced to liquidate your open positions, right? So firstly, when it comes to trading, the first thing that one must do, must initiate his trade. That means you must open a position, right? And for you to be in a position to start seeing an increase in your account balance or your increase in your equity, it means that you have to liquidate your trades, meaning that you have to close that specific trade, right? But the question is that, like, between initiation and liquidation, which one is more important? Guys, when you are looking at this, which one is more important? The one that is more important is what? It's liquidation of trades, right? Initiation of trade, it's not really that important, but it is important. But liquidation, it's the one that is more important. When do you determine to close your losing trades? When do you determine to close your winning trades or your running trades, right? Because this is one of the factors that currently are a bit of a challenge when it comes to trading. Because like the losing trades, in most cases, how long are they held compared to the winning trades? An average trader, how long do they hold their losing trades, and how long do they hold their winning trades? We're talking about, Costas, we're talking about an average trader. An average trader. How do they behave when they see the certain thing losing and other one is winning? So what they're going to do is that they're going to close their winning positions as soon as possible, as soon as they see that it's a bit of profit. But when it comes to their losing trades, they're going to do what? They're going to hold them longer than they do with their winning trades, because they have that hopes of seeing the market reversing, right? The hopes of seeing market reversing is based on psychology. It's a psychological behavior, right? Those that haven't watched the live Instagram session that I made, I have uploaded it on Google Drive, right? So there's certain things that I've discussed. I feel like they're going to be more of an importance when it comes to trading, right? So someone says that like, hey man, I have problems when it comes to holding my wins for a very long time. And then I've got problems in terms of holding my losses for a very long time. Sometimes I'm too aggressive. Sometimes I over leverage. Sometimes I become emotional. The question is, how do you deal with that? And then if you are reading books on psychology, do you feel like those books are going to help you determine or to kind of like set boundaries for yourself? Let's be honest. Do you think the books based on psychology are going to help you? Nope, only manage stress issues, okay? Only time spent with the market, yes. For you to be able to gain confidence in any field, you must go through hardships, you must get beaten, you must accept, and then you must learn from your mistakes. That's the only way that one can facilitate growth, right? Is through application. You need to spend time with the craft. That's how you develop confidence. And when you develop confidence, that's when you start having more of a psychological kind of like strength when it comes to approaching the market. So someone says that like, when it comes to like psychology, you can read books and everything. Yes, you can read books and everything. But again, let's come and then talk about a simple thing, right? This is a simple thing, right? We're talking about psychology. Hey, I'm not good at spelling, guys. Don't blame me. Psychology, yeah. So in psychology, when we boil down, let's boil down psychology and see something. Psychology, we move down, right? In psychology, this is a study of what? Guys, help me out here. Thank you. On Wikipedia, they say that psychology, right? I want you guys to understand these things, guys. I want you guys to understand these things. They say psychology is the science of mind and behavior. Psychology includes the study of conscious and unconscious phenomena as well as feeling and thought, right? They say that it's an academic discipline of immense scope. Physiologists seek an understanding of emergent properties of the brains, right? Do you understand where that comes from? So someone who studied psychology and goes to practice, what does he become? Becomes a psychologist, right? So when one becomes a psychologist, right? A psychologist studies what? The mind. And when a psychologist studies the mind, he tries to understand the behavior of a specific individual, right? Therefore, a psychologist, he studies what? Human behavior. Right? Isn't it? He's a practitioner. Are we okay? So a psychologist tries to understand a behavior of a specific person. Are we okay? So if the psychologist, its main objective is to study the behavior of a specific person, then why are we not trying to understand the behavior of traders within the market? We want to say, hey, no man, my psychologist, psychologically, I'm not okay when it comes to approaching the market. But have you ever tried viewing yourself in terms of being a practitioner instead of being a patient? Because a patient does not recognize what's wrong with him or her. It's the psychologist that's going to decipher, right? The conscious and the unconscious phenomena that he's going to discover in a specific human being. And he's trying to understand his feelings in terms of like, okay, if the market is dropping in value, right? Put yourself in a position where now you are a patient, right? Put yourself in a position where you are a patient, guys. Let's come and look at this. Put your